they want to be involved. I think the major thing to always remember is that you have to have respect for your country and you have to care about your country. So regardless of how you approach this, there has to be a lot of just really, I mean, I told you, I was listening to you earlier after you mentioned the interview, and so I was listening to you. And so you have those kind of manners where you said you have that traditional sense of opening the doors to, women.
Sure.
I had to smile of that because I thought, like, yes, that's the one. Who can argue with that? Who can pinpoint and said
values?
So those are wonderful
virtues.
Things, and I think people want to go back to that, and they just have to realize that they can, but they have to keep that foundation of caring and respect.
Well, it's important. Weam Namou is our guest, and I got to ask you: Are you Muslim? Are you Christian? What is your religion?
I'm Christian. I'm actually Chaldean. I mean, our ancestors go back to the biblical times of Mesopotamia, and they're mentioned in the Bible with the land of the Chaldean prophet Abraham. And we were one of the first to embrace Christianity in the Middle East. And so this has been really tough for us because of the fact of what happened in 2014 to our Christian villages who are not...
Genocide.
Not all of them.
Genocide in the Middle East.
Christian.
Yeah, it's a genocide.
There's 1% right now, like I just interviewed a bishop in Baghdad who was telling me the story of, he's like, well, there's only 1%. It used to be like 10%. Now there's only 1%
Unbelievable.
in Iraq. And he says that he feels that 1% is so important because that's all that's left, that he's putting extra effort to shed the light of Christianity there because he feels that's that 1%. It's got to be the light that's going to shine.
ISIS is killing them. ISIS is killing them off.
Yeah. But they have, like I said, they have supposedly gotten rid of the ones in certain areas, and now they're trying to get them out of Mosul. And they are trying to get the Christian villages back to the Christians so that the Christians can go back and, maybe hopefully, revive the Christianity that was once there.
I got to ask you a question. Do you think right now where we're at in history, do you think that ISIS and Christianity, the West, if you will, is there a type of holy war going on?
Yeah, there is, but you said it earlier. This has been going on from long before, and it's in our mind to change, to make that shift. How do we shift us going around in circles like this? We have relied for too long on getting on money from the Middle East, and they have for too long had battles and gotten used to that. How do we change from that? And you said it perfectly. If we ask ourselves a question and we follow up, we can get out of this little loop.
I think it's being smart.
Example.
Being smart, yeah, please do.
Being smart. I'll give you an example because I just posted this on my Facebook page today. I was very touched by it. So the same bishop I'm telling you about, who, by the way, was kidnapped at a certain point by ISIS members for 3 days.
Oh, my.
And he was then released. They had to bring him to Iraq to the United States for his safety. And then 7 years later, they sent him back because they said Iraq, the Christians needed him over there. But I saw so I'm writing an article about him, and I was doing some research. I went to his Facebook page, and I saw pictures of him, of his church in Baghdad. And there was a row of women, young women, wearing a headscarf. They had come from the Muslim city of Najaf, where he had recently visited. He had taken some groups there to show them that Christianity even existed there before it became a Muslim city. Well, somehow, because he spread so much love and peace, they ended up visiting his church.
I see.
These young women who are Muslim.
Wow.
And I thought, wow. I mean, that's
powerful.
That is he's a young man. He's like, I believe he's only 40 years old. So I realized that he's understanding that how to shift the story that we've been stuck under.
The narrative has to change.
There's no other option.
Yeah, the narrative has to change.
The narrative has to change, yes.
It really does. And understanding, I think, goes a long way, and some practicality. Now, ideology may not be hand in hand, especially with religion, from time to time, but there are common sense things that we mentioned, especially with, dependence on oil. And God, I really hope to God it wasn't all for just that, because gas prices are just going up again. It'll be interesting to see. We need a coalition that can fight and rid ISIS out. And now I know American troops with Iraqi troops are trying to just get some peace back into Iraq. But I'll tell you, it needs to be a collaboration of effort and determination, like Trump said, to rid them out together. But we need to work together hand in hand as brothers and sisters if we're going to ever defeat this evil.
You know what? That's perfectly said. That's really what it's going to have to take, because otherwise they are being able to say it's us versus them versus us, and we're stuck in this war that started from biblical times. But that's not how Jesus wanted it.
No.
He came along to say, you know what? You don't need to be fighting all of this. That's what he taught us, and I think that will work again if we focus on his message. Amen.
Your website for our audience, where can people find you and your books?
Yes, so my books are on Amazon. I'm an author of 12 books, and my website is Weam Namou, WeamNamou.com. WeamNamou.com, and on
Correct. Amazon, yes. Look for her books, A Babylonian Storyteller in America. We're going to have to spend some more time with you. I really appreciate your time today.
Thank you. I enjoyed talking with you.
God bless. Ladies and gentlemen, we're 100% listener supported. Your donations keep us on the air across the country. Keith Allen for the people saying all the best. May God bless.